Hey everybody, Kevin here, and here's something for your performance edge. You know, we take a lot of leadership classes, but often we don't take a lot of followership classes. And so the question I have for you today is, what kind of follower are you? And the reason I'm asking this is I was coaching somebody and we were talking through their frustrations in their leadership journey. And as we were going through that, I went, well, you know, what kind of followers do you want? What do you want out of the people that you're leading? And as we started to make a list of those things, and we got very specific, and I'm going to share that list with you today, so you're going to love this. But as we were going through it, we started to juxtapose that against their followership. In other words, we want to not just be able to ask people to follow us, but we must be an example of what followership is to others. And so leading is really a big part of following, and often it's just not seen, it's not paid attention to, and it's not discussed a whole lot. And so today, let me give you 10 questions. These are 10 big questions for you to unpack when it comes to followership. So let's call this Followership 101, okay? So number one question is this. It says, how can I best support my leader's vision and goal? What does that look like? How can I best support it? Is it a verbal level of support? Is it a practical and tactical level of support? What does that look like? Number two is, what are my leader's strengths and weaknesses, and how can I complement them? Boom. Hey, understanding your leader's strengths and understanding your leader's weaknesses is critical, because then in order to be a great, in my case, what I always say, great number two is I want to be able to support them in reinforcing strengths and compensating for weaknesses, and how do I complement that, and knowing what my value is in that lens. That's big. Number three is, how can I communicate effectively with my leader to ensure that I understand their expectations and needs? What do you expect from me, and what do you need from me? Those are two big questions you want to be asking your leader on a regular basis. Number four is, how can I anticipate problems or obstacles or proactively offer solutions to my leader? In other words, what's the cadence for how I anticipate, share, connect with? What are the obstacles and what are the opportunities that live in the problems that we experience in the day-to-day? Because we're all going to have those. Number five is, how can I demonstrate my commitment and loyalty to my leader in the organization? Loyalty is an important thing. And do you have your leaders back? You know, and is that, you know, are you reinforcing the vision or reinforcing the efforts that leader is trying to accomplish in their position and under their whatever expectations and needs of that they're serving of their leader, right? Next question is how can I continuously improve my skills and knowledge to better serve my leader and team? That's a basic one, but it matters. And are we getting 1% better every day? Are we sowing into our leadership and into the people that we're following in a way that promotes and develops and grows into something that's later and greater? How can I maintain a positive attitude and motivate others to do the same? Hey, dude, laying out the positive attitude is huge. Hey, enthusiasm unknown to man, EUTM. Bringing that every day is really important. Next question is, how can I contribute to a healthy and productive team culture? Well, first of all, it's really important that you understand what healthy and productive means on your team. And we have to be good at catching people doing things right, especially in the world of healthy. When we're doing healthy things, we're doing things the right way, we need to call that out. We need to just put our effort in making sure that everybody understands that, hey, we need more of this. More of this is a good thing. And I think that's important. Question number 9 is, how can I provide constructive feedback to my leader when necessary? And feedback is so important. And let me tell you something. If you do the other 8, I will guarantee you will have a level of influence that will pave the way. It's a huge invisible that will pave the way to number 9, which is, hey, can I give constructive feedback? Now, feedback's got to come in a very neutral way from you, and it's got to be tactical and practical, and it's got to be something that's essential to their success. It's got to be key to a win-win, and I think that's something you have to discern when you're giving basically, hopefully, constructive feedback, not destructive. feedback. And most people are good at kind of grinding a little bit when they're sharing those kind of things. No grinds. This is all neutral and all, hey, principled. And this is what we need to do. And last one, how can I hold myself and others accountable for delivering results and meeting expectations? And again, that whole idea of accountability comes through the lens of really, I think it's establishing that agreement. It's like understanding, hey, let's all have an agreement that this is how we're going to behave, or this is what we're going to produce, or this is what we're going to accomplish. And if we can't keep that agreement, we have to hold ourselves accountable to find out why. And then we have to communicate effectively to the people who are leading us, hey, the information they need to have so they understand that we're just not blowing it off or messing it up, that we're going to own it and we're going to get this done. Listen, those 10 things are key. And as we were going through the session, as we were knocking these things out, he's going, hey, Kev, if the people on my team were to do half of these, it would be a game changer. And I said, well, here's the deal. You're expecting half. You don't get rights to just give half. You have to do it all. All 10 of these has to be the level example you bring to the table as you follow. Because if you violate these in any other way, then it gives them, the people who are following you, a reason to not be able to pursue all 10 of them in their leadership and in their life. So what's that look like for you? What kind of follower are you? Hey, weigh out the 10 questions and then assess yourself and look at, when you're thinking about development, coordinate your development through that lens of followership and see if it doesn't transform your team and inspire your team to go to a whole nother level. It's a huge invisible and one you need to see, because when you see the invisible, you become unstoppable. Have a great day, everybody.